The divorce papers arrived on a Tuesday, not a Friday, when the weekend could soften the blow, not a Monday, when the week was still full of possibility.
I understand.
A Tuesday, the
I'll need
most
all the
ordinary,
data immediately.
forgettable day of the week.
It's late, but
and
this
that
can't
detail
wait.
alone told Vivienne Caldwell everything she needed to know about how her husband of 19 years saw her. She was standing in the kitchen of their Park Avenue apartment, still in her work coat, blueprints rolled through her arm, and a cold coffee.
Did you see what they posted about the merger?
I can't believe it's true.
This is gonna ruin everything.
Her name was typed in clean font across the front.
Marsh
Vivienne
Development.
R.
Equity
Caldwell.
transfers.
Not
Something's not right
Viv.
here. There,
Not
$1 million.
Honey.
Disappeared.
Not the woman who had given
They're
up
hiding
her
it in
own
plain
architecture
sight.
firm at 31,
Penthouse floor,
so his
please.
real estate empire could have someone behind it who actually
Urgent.
understood design.
I have
She
information
set
for
down
Mr.
the
Davies.
blueprints. She set down the coffee. She did not open the envelope immediately. Instead, she stood there in her coat for 6 full minutes. She counted and looked at the skyline through the floor-to-ceiling windows she had personally spec'd when they renovated 3 years ago. The kind of windows that made the city look like it was performing just for you. Then she picked up the envelope, opened it, and read every page.
The projections for Garland Vance Capital are exceeding all expectations this quarter.
Shifted 2 inches across the hardwood floor.
Impressive.
She folded the paper.
Success isn't just
She
about
placed
reaching
them
the top.
back in the envelope.
It's about maintaining
She walked to her
perspective,
desk,
always
opened her
pushing
laptop,
forward.
and typed
Partners
one name
personally
into her
and
search
professionally.
bar, Roz Tate.
Power
her
Players'
oldest friend,
clandestine affair
her
rocks
sharpest
the
ally,
industry.
and the woman who, 18 months later, would help Vivienne Caldwell dismantle everything Declan Marsh had ever built piece by piece, in public, in front of everyone who
I
had
have the
ever believed
reports.
his version of the story.
Thank
Vivienne
you.
Caldwell
Give
was
them to
not
me.
the kind of woman people noticed when she walked into a room. She was
The
not
records
loud.
show the square
She
footage
did
was
not wear the
altered.
kind of jewelry that announced her arrival.
Are you certain?
At 44,
Where is the proof?
she had the quiet presence of someone who had spent 2 decades making other people's visions come to life and had learned, somewhere along the way, to make herself small enough to fit inside someone else's blueprint.
I have the plans.
That was the word Roz had
We need
used
to
the
move
first
now.
time Vivienne told her what Declan had done.
I overheard them talking about
Small.
liability
He
removal.
made you small.
Not
Viv.
physical.
And you
People.
let him.
They were planning
because
to
you loved
remove me
him.
from the structure.
It was true.
The
and it
evidence
wasn't the
points
whole
to a
truth.
massive
Vivienne
federal
had graduated
conspiracy.
top of her class
You're looking
from
at
Columbia's
severe
architecture
securities
program
fraud charges.
At 23. By 29, she had her own firm, Caldwell Design Studio, with 4 employees, 2 published projects in Architectural Digest, and a reputation that was quiet but real. She was the kind of architect who listened more than she sketched, who asked what
I'm
a
sending
building
them
needed
now.
to feel
Hope
like
they're
before
enough.
she asked what it needed to look like.
Graham
Then she met
Foundation,
Declan
this is just a
Marsh at
glimpse of what's
fundraiser
possible.
For a Hudson River restoration project. He was standing
I
near
have
the
filed
bar,
the injunctions,
talking
Your
to
Honor.
2 men in expensive
They are officially
suits.
in motion.
And he turned when she walked past and said, "You look like someone who's never lost anything important." She should have kept walking. Instead, she stopped, and she said, "You look like someone who's never tried." He laughed, and that was the beginning, and in some ways, the end.
Don't talk to
Married
anyone without
18
me in the
months later.
room.
She kept her firm for 3 more years. Then Declan's company began growing fast.
I told you to wait for
Too
my
fast.
authorization.
And he needed someone who understood space, flow, design language.
I stopped waiting a long
He
time
needed
ago.
her. And because she loved him and believed in what they were building together,
I
she
needed to
folded
know.
her own firm into his operation and became
And
the
now you
invisible
do.
brain behind Marsh
I have
Development's
merely made
most
the logical
celebrated
choice,
residential
as you should have
project.
expected. You arranged
She told
this,
herself
admit it.
it was temporary.
I do not deny opportunity when
season.
it presents itself.
19 years is a
I needed
long
an asset,
season.
Marshall.
She
An
had no
asset?
children that had
Marsh
been her
Development
choice
is
at
our family
32,
legacy.
Then Declan's quiet
And now
relief,
it's mine.
Then nobody's conversation at all. She had blueprints and a Park Avenue apartment with windows she designed herself, and a husband who, she would later discover, had been watching a younger woman's Instagram profile for 14 months before he asked for a divorce. The detail that would destroy her the most wasn't the affair.
Good afternoon,
It was the timeline.
Carrie. Character
14
A.
months of smiling
We've been
at
waiting
dinner,
for you.
14 months of
Years of
vacation
work.
photos.
All of it.
14 months of I love you at the door
Now,
while something
we're
was
ready.
already over, and she had not known.
The audit revealed discrepancies in
She, who
Q3,
noticed the
specifically
angle
in
of
the vendor
light through
payments to
every
Marsh
window she ever
Development.
designed,
Pressure to finalize
had
the
not
report
seen.
led to a bypass
The
of
first
standard
time Vivienne
procedures.
saw Petra Solano in person, it was not supposed to happen that way. Declan had asked through his attorney for 30 days before any public statement was made. A grace period. for dignity, as though dignity was something he had earned.
Have you
the
heard
right
anything
to
about the
request.
subpoenas?
Vivienne had agreed.
They're saying it goes all the way to the top.
Kind of woman who
When is the
dragged
prosecutor
things into the
expected to
open
arrive?
Before she understood.
We have the
fully.
evidence. This shell
But
company
Declan did
links
not
directly to
extend
the
her
mayor's
same
office.
courtesy.
Are you certain the
On
photo is
22nd
admissible?
day of her
We can't
30-day
afford
silence,
mistakes on this one.
She arrived at
Breaking
the
news
Meridian
reports
Club on
confirm the
East
major
54th
market
Street
index
for
has
a
been
quarterly
suspended.
board game hosted
I
by
can't
the
believe
Urban
this is
Architecture
happening.
Council.
What does this mean
She
for
was
us?
a board member.
This is
She
unacceptable.
had been
We
for
demand
7
full
years.
transparency on the Marsh
No
development
one
project
told her
immediately.
that
We need an
Declan
emergency
Marsh
meeting by
was
tomorrow
also
morning,
attending
or we pull our
as
investments.
a new honorary donor, or that he was bringing a guest. She saw them from across the room. Petra was 29 and wore her age.
I'm
like
listening. That's a
deliberate
lowball
choice.
offer.
Everything about
Given
her
the
designed to be
circumstances,
looked at.
that's not acceptable.
She had her
No,
arm
we're not
through
taking that
Declan's,
deal. We'll
and
see
he
you in
had his
court.
hand over hers.
I'm sorry, I messed up.
And
I
he was
really
laughing
am.
in that specific way. He laughed when he wanted everyone in a room
I needed
to
you
see
to
how
know
well
that.
things were going for him.
Prioritize
Someone
the
touched
Q3
Vivienne's
financials.
elbow. A
Copy
colleague.
that. Moving to the
Viv,
server room
are
now.
you okay? Do you want to leave? She looked at the colleague. She looked back across the room. Declan had seen her. Their eyes met. He tilted his chin slightly in what might have been an acknowledgement or might have been a challenge. She set her champagne glass on a passing tray very carefully, so it would not shake. No, she said, I'm staying. She sat through 4 courses. She spoke clearly during the discussion panel. She laughed at 2 appropriate
I understand the
moments.
risks, but
She
it's the only
thanked
way
the executive
forward.
director by name
We've
when
gone
she
over the
left.
terms carefully.
Outside, in the
Are
cold
you sure about
November
this?
air, she
I
stood
stand
on the
by every
sidewalk and
decision
pressed
I
her
made.
back against the building
And I
breathed.
believe the
Her
evidence
phone buzzed.
clearly supports my
A text from an
position.
unknown number. A photo. Her and Declan from inside
The audit
room
binders
caught at the
clearly
exact
corroborate the
moment their
timeline.
eyes had met.
I see it
And
now.
underneath it,
Get every detail
a caption
down.
typed by someone
I'm here
who
to
clearly
provide
thought they were
evidence
being
regarding the
helpful or
internal
funny, or
report.
both.
I need to get
The
this to them
ex-wife
now.
and the new girl in the same room. Awkward doesn't cover it.
The structure
They
was
had already
intentionally
been posted
convoluted.
to a real
Reports
estate
were routed
gossip
through
account
shell entities
with
before reaching the board.
11,000
It was a
followers.
cover-up.
By
He's telling the
morning,
truth.
it had
Noted.
been shared 400
Petra's
times.
strategic positioning within
And
Marsh
Vivienne
development
Caldwell's
was directly
silence, the one
adjacent
she
to
had
the main
carefully
support
chosen,
beam, as
the one she
indicated
thought
here
was
on the
protecting her,
blueprints.
was being
This
read by
testimony
everyone
confirms
else as
everything we
defeat.
suspected.
Look at the
3 things
volume.
happened
They
in
can't
the
deny
same
this
week
now.
that changed
Case closed.
everything. First, Vivienne's
This morning, the
attorney
corruption
called to
probe
say
into Marsh
that
development
Declan's
expanded
team was
significantly
filing a motion
across
to
Manhattan.
reclassify her
Indeed, the district
contributions to
attorney's
Marsh
office is now
development
looking closely
as
at closely
spousal
at-
support
The
rather
Dow
than
is down
professional labor,
18%.
which,
This is
if
unprecedented.
successful, would eliminate
We are
her
looking at a
claim to any
full-scale
equity stake
crisis.
in the 7 residential projects
never thought
she
it
had
would come to
personally
this.
designed. Second, the
Neither
architecture
did I.
firm where she had been quietly consulting
sorry.
Alderman Group. Midtown received an anonymous email claiming Vivienne had misappropriated client files during her time at Marsh Development.
Welcome back to the Ritz-Carlton,
It was
Miss
false.
Dubois.
It
Thank
was
you,
also
James.
specific
It's
enough
lovely to be
require
here.
a formal internal review, which meant her consulting contract was
I'm
suspended.
truly sorry
pending
for doubting you
investigation.
during the scandal
Third,
investigation.
Roz called from
It was
Chicago with her
inexcusable,
voice tight
and I
in a
deeply
way
regret it.
Vivienne had not heard since Roz's
Time to face
mother's
this.
funeral. Viv,
One last
I
glance.
need you to sit down. Vivienne was already sitting.
Here we go,
She was at her
Chicago.
kitchen island, the same place the divorce papers had arrived. I've been going through the financial filings you sent me, Roz said. Marsh Development's Q3 reports from the last 4 years. And, a pause, Declan has been slowly transferring equity out of the joint-held properties since 2021. Small amounts, different vehicles.
I never thought it would come to
The kind
this.
of restructuring that looks like
Marsh
normal
Development,
business activity,
redefining
unless
luxury
you know
across
what you're
Manhattan.
looking for.
But the
Vivienne
true
said
cost
nothing.
remains hidden
He started
from the
moving
public
assets
eye.
a full year before he filed, Ross said. He planned this. Viv, this wasn't an impulse. He built the exit before he told you there was a door. The kitchen was very quiet. Outside, a delivery truck reversed with that steady beeping sound. Ordinary life happening
I've been waiting for
without
this.
her. How much?
It feels
Vivienne
like
asked.
home already.
Roz told her it was not a small number. Rose, Vivienne said carefully, is what he did traceable? Yes, Roz said. If someone with the right credentials.
All right, bring it
filed the
down
right
slowly.
request
Watch the
with
rebar
right
on the east
court.
side.
Yes. Vivienne
Copy that,
looked at the
almost there.
window At the city performing its usual show. I need
I'm
you to come
here.
to New York, she said.
I can't
I'm
believe
already
it.
booked for Thursday, Roz said.
I missed
And
you
Viv,
so much.
one more thing. Tell me,
Good morning,
The
Bronx.
anonymous email about the
Today we
misappropriated
break
files,
ground not just on a
the
new
IP
building,
address it was
but
sent
on a
from
brighter
traces
future for our
back to a
community.
server registered to Marsh Development's
Welcome,
IT
everyone.
department. The attack
we're
on her
so glad you're
reputation
here.
had not come from a stranger.
This project is
it had
incredible.
come from Declan's own office.
With this
Which meant
groundbreaking,
Petra
we
Solano,
commit
who
to
ran
building a
internal
stronger,
communications
more
at Marsh
vibrant
Development,
community
had
for
almost
everyone.
certainly written every word. She did not cry in front of anyone. Not because she thought crying was weakness. She had spent enough years in therapy to know better, but because crying in front of the wrong people gave them a version of you they did not deserve to have. She cried in the shower. She cried on the phone with her
This is
sister
more
in
than just a
Portland, who
groundbreaking.
said
It's
the
a
right
new
thing
beginning
in
for the
right
South
order.
Bronx.
She
The
sat in
future
her
is
car
finally
in
here.
charcoal gray Audi parked
I
in the
understand
garage beneath
completely.
the building.
Yes, they need to know we have the
engine
evidence
off
to
for
back it
40
up.
minutes one
Absolutely.
evening,
Secure the data
and
now.
let herself
Good.
feel the full
Send me
weight
the
of it.
coordinates.
Not just the divorce, not just the money, the 19 years. The choices she had made with real love and real intention were
Welcome
now
to the
being
Meridian Club,
reframed
sir.
by Declan's
Thank you.
attorneys as
We have a
strategic
reservation under Smith.
manipulation on her part. Her sacrifice pivoting her entire career was being called a voluntary professional decision that does not entitle the petitioner to claim partnership in Marsh Development's equity.
This just
She was
dropped.
the villain
It's
in his version of
everywhere.
the story.
Darling, you
Who had
simply
bent
must see
herself
this.
into the shape his life required. One evening,
Marsh Development.
Roz found
These
her
equity
sitting
transfers,
on the floor
they
of
don't
the
add
home
up.
office.
Check account
surrounded
47
by
Alpha.
printed
There it
documents,
is, right
her
here,
reading
the
glasses
hidden
still
account.
on, an
Floor
untouched
42.
cup of chamomile tea gone
Penthouse.
cold beside her. Come on, Rose said.
Of
Get
course,
up.
miss.
I'm fine.
I didn't want this
You're
for
on the
us.
floor,
It just
Viv.
happened.
People sit on
I know.
floors.
I miss you
Roz
too.
sat down beside her. They
We'll
stayed
find a
there
way.
for a while without speaking. Outside, the city made its city sounds. What would you tell a client, Ross said finally, who came to you and said, the structure is compromised, but the foundation is still solid? What would you tell them? Vivienne was quiet for a moment. I'd tell them to strip it back.
I
she
found
said.
it.
Start
It was
from
in the
what's real.
transcript all
Build
along.
up from there. Roz looked at her. Then
I am
that,
pleased to
she
present
said,
the 5-year
is
projections
exactly
for
what we're
Garland
going to
Vance.
do.
We
What
anticipate
Declan Marsh
remarkable
did not
growth
know,
and
what he had
unparalleled
never
returns.
bothered to find out,
The energy
because
of
he
this
had long
city
since stopped
fuels
being
everything.
curious about his wife, was that Vivienne had kept a
I wouldn't
record,
have it any other way.
not out of suspicion. She had kept a record because she was an architect, and architects document everything. It was the discipline of the profession. Every meeting, every decision, every revision. For 19 years, she had kept project logs,
I have the documents, but there wasn't
correspondence
enough time to
files,
copy them.
design notes with dates and signatures, email threads.
The
in which
reports show
Declan
these numbers
himself
were
had
altered
written
starting
in
2
plain
quarters
language.
ago.
And
Things
who
like,
exactly authorized
Viv
this?
is the one who figured
Eleanor,
out
please,
the spatial
let him
problem
finish.
on the Hargrove
This
bill.
is everything.
Without her,
Let's
we'd
see
have
it.
lost the client. And run the lobby concept by my wife first. Her instincts are better than the whole build. Teams and Caldwell's drawings are what sold the Riverside units. Make sure she's in the room for the next pitch. His words,
I overheard them
His
discussing
acknowledgement
liabilities, not assets.
writing,
Liabilities.
that she was a professional
They were talking
partner,
about removing
not
me
a
from the
supportive
company
spouse.
structure. The
She
evidence
had
overwhelmingly
17
suggests a
folders,
coordinated federal
42
conspiracy
months
and multiple
of
counts of securities
documentation.
fraud. We
And the
have
backup
them.
was not on any server Marsh Development's IT department could touch. Roz spent 4 days with those files and came out of the guest bedroom on the 5th morning, looking the way she always looked.
I think
when
this
a
is the
case had
perfect
shifted
spot,
from
Grandma.
complicated to winnable. Calm, precise, slightly dangerous. You have enough, Roz said. For equity, for the misappropriation claim reversal. And
Okay,
depending on how
Graham
your attorney
Foundation.
wants
The
to
sketches
move
are
potentially
attached. Just
for a
send it.
fraud filing on the asset transfer.
Please work.
Then Rawls said, there's something else.
Oh.
I
Oh,
ran a
wow,
search
they
on
want a
Petra
formal
Solano's professional
proposal.
history.
This is incredible.
Before Marsh Development, she worked at Garland Vance Capital.
The motion to compel
small private
discovery is
equity
officially
group.
filed.
They were investigated by the SEC
Good.
in 2019
What's next?
for
Restraining
misrepresenting
orders,
asset
simultaneously.
values to investors.
Every wire
She paused.
transfer traced.
One name kept appearing
Since
in internal
2021.
memos as someone who had flagged the irregularities early.
We've got 'em.
And quietly ensured the
Discovery
right people
audit
didn't look
notice.
too closely.
This is
Vivienne
it.
set down her coffee. Petra Solano.
They've
she
found
said.
everything.
Rawls nodded. She's not just a young woman who fell for your husband, Rawls said.
Don't talk to anyone
She's
without me in the
someone
room.
who has done this before. Found a powerful
You
man
shouldn't have
in
done
a
this.
vulnerable position, made herself useful, and then made herself
I believe I had no
indispensable.
choice.
Which means,
can't believe you did
Vivienne said
this.
slowly, that Declan
I did what I
isn't
had
just
to.
cheating
You
on
wouldn't
her.
understand.
He's being managed
I understand
by someone
everything.
who knows exactly what she's
I know
doing.
exactly what you're
And
doing.
he has
This is all
absolutely
strategic.
no idea.
You're only
She had
proving
not
my point.
spoken to Nate Ellison in 4 years.
I told you, Marsh
That was her
Development was
fault.
always just the asset.
And she knew it.
No, I don't
When she had
understand.
folded
Everything we
Caldwell Design
had.
Studio
was a
into
means
Marsh
to an end.
Development, Nate, her business partner,
I had to do
the
it.
structural engineer she had built her
There was
early
no other
reputation
way.
alongside, had told her plainly that he thought it was a mistake.
I
You're
think I found
disappearing
it.
into his world, Viv.
The link we needed.
And his world is louder than you. You'll get lost. She had told him he was wrong. 6 months later, he had taken a position in San
I have the
Francisco.
information you
She
requested.
called him on a Wednesday
We're
evening
ready.
because she needed a structural engineer professionally.
After all
Specifically,
these years,
to review the load-bearing
it's finally time
documentation
to reveal
on the
the
Hargrove
truth.
project, which Declan's attorneys were now claiming
The audit
had
report
been
for
built
Marsh Development
entirely
reveals
on
significant
Marsh
financial
Development's proprietary
discrepancies.
systems
There has been
with no
immense pressure to
independent
ignore these
contribution from
findings, but I
Vivienne.
must report them
Nate
accurately.
picked up on the second ring. Viv, just her name. But the steadiness of it made something in her chest loosen slightly.
This
She
spreadsheet
explained
confirms
what
the
she
transfer
needed.
to Marsh Development.
Professional, specific.
We need
He
to
said he
flag
would
this for
review
the
files
Attorney
she
General
sent and come
immediately.
back to her by
What can you
Friday.
tell us about the
He came
expanding
back
investigation?
Thursday.
Is it true the
He
DA
also
is
came in
issuing new
person,
subpoenas today?
knocked on her door at 7
Will your
p.m.
client be
with the
cooperating?
file reviews
We've
in a
confirmed the
folder
shell
and 2
corporations.
cups of
The money
coffee
trail
from the
leads
place on
directly to the
Lexington that
developers.
She had mentioned in an email
All right,
3
let's move
years
with the
ago
headline. This
as
is the
her favorite.
biggest scoop of the year.
He had remembered.
Breaking
She
news.
stood in the
We are
doorway
getting
for a
word
moment,
that a major
not quite
financial
sure
fraud
what to do with
has
him.
been
You
uncovered
didn't
by
have to
the
come in person,
Associated
she
Press.
said.
The
files are
situation at Marsh
complicated, he
Development
said.
is critical.
Better
We are
to walk
demanding
through
an
them
emergency
face to
meeting
face.
immediately.
That
We
was
will not
probably
tolerate
true.
these continued
It was
losses.
also probably not the whole reason. He walked her through the structural documentation in detail, explaining exactly which elements constituted independent intellectual contribution
listening.
that could not be attributed to any Marsh Development
That's a reasonable
proprietary
offer.
system.
Consider it
When he
accepted.
was done, he
We're
looked at
done.
her over the files and said,
I'm so sorry.
You built something real.
I know this is
Viv.
late.
A lot of something.
I really wish things
Don't
could
let
be
him
different.
erase them. She did not
They are
cry,
taking everything.
but it was close. When he left,
Are the lawyers here
she
yet?
noticed
Not
he
yet.
had left his coffee
Just
cup
act
on the
normal.
counter, but taken the folder. And on
Marsh,
the back of
do you
the
have a
folder,
statement?
in his handwriting, was a phone number with a note for anything,
Marsh,
not just
look
the
at me.
case. She stood there
Deactivate
looking at
account.
it for a long
Are you sure?
time.
Yes,
Declan
I'm sure.
Marsh made his first serious
Confirmation
mistake in
sent.
December.
Profile
He gave an
deactivated.
interview, a profile piece
No.
in a business lifestyle magazine.
Oh my God, not
The
again.
kind that ran long features
This can't
on
be
Manhattan
happening.
real estate developers.
Why
and
is
their
it still
vision
going
for the city.
down?
They
The
want
writer
full
was young and
cooperation.
impressed.
I know, but I have
And Declan had
leverage.
spent 25
Not
minutes
enough.
being
You
charming
need to
before
agree.
the recorder even came out.
Then let's do
The
it.
problem was one
I have
paragraph
dedicated
toward the
countless
end of the
hours
piece.
to ensuring these
The writer
audits are
asked about
flawless.
his professional philosophy.
My integrity
Declan
is
said,
not up for questioning.
Among other things, I've always believed that the strongest
I have reviewed
companies
all the
are built
documents,
by people who
and it's
are
clear the
fully
company
invested
knew
in
about the
vision,
risks.
not divided
I have the
between two
records.
agendas. My most important work started when I stopped letting personal
You may approach the stand, Mr.
relationships
Thompson.
muddy
The reporting
professional
structures
rank.
were manipulated to bury
It
the
ran with a
findings.
photo
You're
of
certain of
Declan
this?
and Petra
Yes, look
a
at the
company
internal
event,
reports. It's all right here.
captioned,
We see it.
Marsh
They knew
and
it was
his partner,
happening.
both personally
Petra's
and
strategic
professionally.
positioning within Marsh
The
Development
implication
was
was clear to
specifically
anyone
designed
who knew
to
the
leverage the
context.
existing infrastructure,
marriage had been a
optimizing the
complication.
logistical flow
I
across.
saw the
Vivienne
documents
had been a
myself,
divided
and they
agenda.
prove everything we've been saying.
Given her
This evidence
in a
clearly
published
demonstrates
interview
a
with his
pattern
name
of
on it,
negligence
a
by the
motive and a
defendants.
frame. Her
The Marsh
attorney, when she
Development
called that
investigation
morning,
continues
said,
to
"We
widen,
just made our
impacting
case
several key
significantly
Manhattan
easier."
properties.
But
Indeed,
the
sources
truly
say the
dangerous
forensic
element
audit has
wasn't the
The
article
Dow
itself.
Jones has hit an all-time
Two
low.
former Marsh
Analysts are
Development
predicting a
employees,
global market
project
correction.
coordinator named
We're
Gil
facing
Beaumont,
unprecedented
who had left the
economic
company
uncertainty.
in 2022, and a senior associate named Deanna Park, who had quietly resigned the prior spring, reached out independently within 48 hours of the article running. Both of them had stories. Both of them had documentation. Both of them had, for different reasons, been waiting for a moment when coming forward felt survivable. Declan had given
Welcome
it to
back.
them
Your work is
in
transformative.
print
Thank you all. This
with
is the
his
Graham
name
Foundation
attached,
proposal. It's
because he
breathtaking.
had
The curvature is
confused winning
stunning.
the narrative
How will you manage this
with
effort?
winning the war.
Regarding the
And
investigation,
those,
I
it
deeply
turns
regret
out,
my
are not the
skepticism.
same thing
It was
at all.
unfounded, and I
The meeting
apologize
happened at
sincerely
Ross's
for the doubt I
temporary
cast
office
upon
space
you.
in Midtown,
I'll always
a borrowed
remember that
conference
case.
room with bad
Yeah.
lighting and good
Me
soundproofing.
too.
Vivienne
But
was
it's time to
there,
go back.
Ross was there.
To Chicago.
Vivienne's attorney, Margot Reed, sat at the head of the table. Gil Beaumont arrived first. 41, former project coordinator, now working independently. He had a quiet manner and a thumb drive. For 20 minutes, he described a pattern he had observed during his final 18 months at Marsh Development. Quarterly reports being submitted with square footage.
Experience
figures that did not
unparalleled
match the
luxury
architectural plans
at the
on
new
lot.
Marsh
Minor
Development,
discrepancies.
redefining the Manhattan skyline.
Significant in aggregate. Who filed the reports? Margot asked. The reports went through Declan, Gil said. But the data was compiled
Lower
by
it
the
slowly now,
communications and
easy.
reporting team. He paused, which
Setting the
for the past
beam.
2 years has been Petra
All right,
Solano's
perfect placement.
Deanna Park arrived 20 minutes later. She had been a senior associate on 3 of Marsh Development's flagship residential projects.
And with
2
that,
of
we
which
break
Vivienne
ground on
had
the future
designed.
of our community.
There was a
Thank
conversation,
M-Pesa. Thank you
Deanna
all for
said.
coming.
About 8 months before I resigned, I was in the office late. Petra came in. She didn't know I was there. She was on the phone. The room was quiet. She was talking to someone about time, about being quiet, about making sure the liability component was removed from the structure before anything became public.
With these shovels,
The
we aren't
liability
just moving
component,
dirt,
Margot said.
we are laying the
I think she meant
foundation for
Vivienne,
hope
Deanna
and
said.
progress
The
in our
room absorbed
community.
that. She wasn't just a younger woman Declan fell for, Roz said
We are
quietly.
seeking full custody
No,
and the
Deanna
immediate
said.
freeze of
I
all
think she
joint
approached
accounts.
him. I think the whole
Well, here's
thing
to
was
breaking ground
constructed.
and building
She
something beautiful.
identified the company,
I'll certainly drink to
identified
that.
the
It's gonna be
vulnerability,
spectacular.
And positioned herself accordingly. Margot set down her pen. If we can establish intent, we're not looking at a divorce case anymore. What are we looking at? Vivienne asked.
I think if
Margot
we
looked at
adjust
her
the load-bearing
steadily.
beams here.
Potentially
Yes,
securities
that's exactly
fraud,
what I was thinking. It will
fraudulent
add the stability we
misrepresentation to
need.
investors,
Excellent. We'll proceed
and
with that.
conspiracy,
Perfect.
which means we're
The
not
crane is
talking
moving
about
the main
family
beam
court.
now.
She paused.
It's gonna be
We're talking
stunning.
about federal.
Our
January
neighborhood
in New
really
York
needed this
was
place.
Not a gentle month. The cold came in from the river in the mornings with a particular insistence, the kind that made you walk faster and think clearer. Vivienne had always liked January. It was the month with no pretense, no parties, no obligation to perform
The
happiness.
restructure is
She
underway.
moved out of the Park
We've
Avenue
laid the groundwork,
apartment in the
sir.
second week of
Good.
January. She
Move
did
forward
not
with
take
caution.
the furniture she had selected. She did not take the art they had collected at galleries on the Upper East Side on Saturday mornings that had felt, at the time, like the best possible version of her life. She took her work files, her drafting tools, her books, her grandmother's reading chair, and a lamp she had found at a flea market in Brooklyn 15 years ago and loved quietly ever since. She leased a loft in Tribeca, 3 floors below market rate because the previous tenant had broken the lease and the landlord wanted it filled quickly, and Roz had made a call. The loft needed work. The kitchen was outdated, and one window let in a draft, and the radiator made an alarming sound every
Make sure the
morning at
whistleblower
5
angle is
a.m.,
prominent.
like it was clearing
It's
its
live
throat.
across all
She
platforms,
loved
boss.
it and
The
moved
network is already covering
she
it.
set up the lamp. She put her grandmother's
You
chair
did
in the
it.
corner by the large
We knew you
east-facing
would.
window.
Congratulations,
morning light
Queen.
came in
Thank
clean
you.
and
Thank you
direct.
so much.
And then she started drawing. Not for Marsh Development. Not for anyone's commission. She drew what she had always wanted to draw. A community art
Check
center
out
she
this
had sketched
render.
in fragments for 12
The
years
detail
and
is
never allowed
insane.
herself to finish.
And this
because
model
Declan
feels
had once
so
said the
solid.
project was
Welcome
not
everyone to the
commercially
grand
viable
opening
enough
of the new Community Art
justify
Center. We are
the
so
hours.
thrilled to finally
She
open
drew it
these
now.
doors.
Isn't this
All of it.
wonderful? Look at the light in
Nick
here.
called on a
If
Thursday
we adjust the
evening.
cantilever here,
He
we
asked
can
if
improve
he
the
could see
structural
what she was
integrity
working
without
on.
compromising the aesthetic.
said yes.
So we should minimize
He
the
came over with
overhang on the
Thai
south
food,
side.
and they spread the drawings across the floor of the loft, and he looked at them for a long time without speaking, which was the highest compliment he ever gave anything. This
I
is
hadn't
the best
seen this
work
edition.
you've ever done, he said. I know, she said. What she did not
That's
know
interesting.
yet, what no one had told her, was that Roz had quietly sent 3 photographs of the preliminary drawings to a contact at the Graham Foundation for advanced studies in the fine arts. The response, which arrived the following Monday, would change the second half of her life entirely. Margot Reeves was not a woman who moved fast. She moved correctly. There was a difference.
The
and she
court
had
will
spent
not look
23 years in
favorably on these
litigation
headlines,
learning it
Mr.
the hard
Davis.
way.
We
In
demand full
February,
custody and
she
50%
filed
of
3
the marital
motions
assets.
simultaneously. The
Together,
first
we can
reopened.
build a
The
future
question
where
of
every door
Vivienne's
is
professional
open
contribution
and
to
every
Marsh
home
development,
tells a story of
supported by the
inclusion.
documentation Vivienne had kept in emails in which Declan himself acknowledged her role in specific language. The second motion challenged the asset transfer reclassification.
This
supported
is
by
the
Roz's forensic
feeling
analysis,
we've waited
which traced
for.
every moved dollar
Together
from 4
now.
different financial
I'm so
vehicles,
glad we're here.
back to a single originating decision made in Declan's
Me
name
too.
in April 2021. The third motion called for a formal discovery audit of Marsh Development's project reporting records for 38 months, specifically the months during which the square footage
What do you think of the new
discrepancies
design?
Gil Beaumont had identified.
It's
had occurred.
interesting, but
Discovery audits
maybe
in
the
real estate
lines
cases
should be
were not
cleaner.
unusual. What was unusual was the scope Margot had requested, and the fact that she had filed it in coordination with a separate inquiry from the New York
I love what
State
they've done with the
Attorney
garden
General's
this
office,
season.
which
Yes,
had been
it really
quietly
complements the
investigating
exhibit
investor
inside.
disclosure practices in Manhattan residential development for 14 months. Vivienne did not know about the ag inquiry until Margot told her. When did this start?
I
she
understand
asked.
completely.
Before you
Yes, they
came
need
to
to know
me,
we have the
Margot
evidence to
said.
back it up.
You weren't the
Absolutely.
trigger.
Secure the data
But what
now.
your case
Good.
produced, the
Send me the
documentation,
coordinates.
the witness testimony accelerated their timeline. Declan received notice of the discovery audit on a Thursday. A bookkeeper inside
Welcome
Marsh
to the Meridian
Development
Club, sir.
quietly cooperated
Thank you.
for weeks,
We
relayed
have a
that
reservation
Declan had
under
read
Smith.
the notice in his office and then sat very still for 11 minutes before calling his lead attorney. 11 minutes of stillness for a man who was never still. Petra Solano handled it differently.
This just dropped.
She
It's
sent Declan
everywhere.
a text, which the bookkeeper had
Darling,
seen
you
on his
simply must
unlocked
see
phone
this.
That read, "Don't talk to anyone without me in the room."
Marsh Development.
Not
These
supportive,
equity transfers,
not
they don't
loving.
add up.
Check account 47 Alpha.
Declan read
There
that
it
text
is,
in the hallway
right here,
outside his
the
own
hidden
office.
account.
A woman
Floor
who loved you
42.
did not say that when your legal situation
Penthouse.
became complicated. A woman who was managing a position said
Of course, miss.
that. He stood in
I
his
didn't
own
want this
hallway,
for us. It just
and something
happened.
that had been slow
I
and
know.
quiet inside him
I
for
miss
weeks
you too.
finally,
We'll find a
irrevocably
way.
cracked. He found her in the conference room on the 32nd floor, going through her phone with the focused expression of someone managing outcomes. "I need to talk to you," he said. She looked up with the smile she always deployed, warm, calibrated. "Of course. Let me just..." "Now," he said.
I found it.
She set the phone
It was in the
down.
transcript all
The
along.
smile adjusted, just slightly.
I am
Less
pleased to
warmth,
present the
more
5-year
assessment.
projections for Garland Vance.
He closed the door.
We
"How
anticipate
long?" he
remarkable
said.
growth
"Have you
and
been planning
unparalleled
this?"
returns.
She did not flinch.
The energy of
That,
this city
more
fuels
than
everything.
anything, told him the answer. "I don't know
I
what
wouldn't
you
have
mean,"
it any
she
other
said.
way.
"Garland Vance Capital," he said. "The SEC investigation, the asset irregularities in the Q3 reports, the misappropriation complaint against Vivienne, the way you structured communications around the divorce announcement." He paused. "I was too stupid. Too
I have the
flattered."
documents, but there wasn't
Declan,
enough time to
she
copy
said
them.
carefully. "You were struggling. Your marriage was over before I arrived.
The reports show
I
these
helped you
numbers
see
were
that.
altered starting
You
2 quarters
accelerated
ago.
it.
And who
I
exactly
supported you.
authorized this?
You positioned yourself."
Eleanor,
he said.
please, let him
There's
finish.
A difference.
This is everything.
She tilted her head
Let's
slightly.
see it.
"What do you want from this conversation?" The question was so clean, so transactional. It was the question someone asked when they had nothing left to protect with sentiment. "I want to know what you were going to do with the
I
company,"
overheard them
he
discussing
said,
liabilities.
when everything
not
was
assets.
restructured.
Liabilities.
When Vivienne was removed
They were talking
from
about
the picture.
removing me from the company
What
structure.
was the actual plan?
The evidence overwhelmingly
him for a
suggests a
long
coordinated
moment.
federal
And then
conspiracy
she said,
and
"You
multiple
weren't
counts of
going to be
securities
CEO
fraud.
much longer
We
anyway.
have them.
The investors already had concerns about your instability. I was going to protect the asset regardless of what happened to the management structure. The asset. The company he had built.
I think this is
life
the
he had
perfect spot,
traded
Grandma.
his marriage for. She had called it an asset. He stood in the conference room, looking at the person he had believed was his future. "Get your things," he said. "You're done here." She stood slowly.
Okay, Graham
Without
Foundation.
panic, she
The
had
sketches are
planned for this
attached.
outcome
Just
too.
send it.
On her way out, she
please
paused
work.
at the door and said, without turning around,
Oh.
"The ag inquiry
Oh,
is going to
wow.
find
They
what
want a
it's gonna
formal
find, Declan.
proposal.
I
This is
suggest you decide
incredible.
who your friends are before it does." She left.
The motion to
He
compel
stood in the
discovery is
empty
officially
conference room
filed.
for a long time. And for the
Good.
first time,
What's next?
he understood
Restraining
exactly how
orders
thoroughly
simultaneously.
and how long
Every wire
he had been
transfer
played.
traced.
Vivienne had not
Since
intended to
2021.
involve Warren Fitch. He was 72 years old.
We've got
now,
him.
Retired from the federal
Discovery
bench after
audit
30
notice.
years. He
This
lived
is
in a
it.
brownstone on the Upper West Side with too many books
found
and a
everything.
stubborn tabby cat. And he had been her father's closest friend since law school. He called her.
Don't talk to anyone
She
without
had
me in the room.
specifically decided not to involve him. She did not want anyone
shouldn't have done
suggesting
this.
she had used her father's connections as leverage. She was building her case on documents
I believe I
and
had no
testimony and
choice.
forensic accounting.
I can't
not
believe you did
relationships.
this.
But Warren Fitch
I
called
did what
her
I
on
had
a
to.
Tuesday
You
evening
wouldn't
in late
understand.
February and
I
said,
understand everything.
I heard about the ag inquiry.
I know exactly
and I
what
know
you're
something
doing.
You deserve to
This
know
is all
before it goes
strategic.
any further. He told her.
You're only proving my
The
point.
ag inquiry into Manhattan residential
I told
development
you,
reporting
Marsh
practices
Development was
had
always just the
originally
asset.
been triggered by a
No,
complaint
I don't
filed 18
understand.
months
Everything we
earlier
had
was
by
a means to an
bookkeeper
end.
at Marsh Development named Louise
I had to do
Okafor.
it.
Louise Okafor
There was
had
no
worked
other
at Marsh
way.
Development for 6 years. She had filed the complaint internally
I
through
think I found
HR
it.
first. The complaint
link
had
we
been
needed.
reviewed and dismissed within 2 weeks, and Louise had been quietly let go 3 months later for performance-related reasons. She had then
I
filed
have
with
the
AG's
information you
office.
requested.
Her complaint
We're ready.
detailed the same square footage discrepancies Gil Beaumont had described.
After
the
all
same
these
reporting
years,
patterns.
it's
And it
finally time to
named
reveal the truth.
Specifically, the person who had instructed her.
The audit
to
report for
enter
Marsh
figures
Development
that did
reveals
not
significant
match the
financial
physical
discrepancies.
project
There has been immense
documentation.
pressure to ignore
That
these
name
findings,
was
but I
Petra
must report them
Solano.
accurately.
She was there before Petra arrived, Vivienne said. Yes, Warren said. Louise was already raising questions. Petra arrived.
This spreadsheet confirms the transfer to
intensified.
Marsh Development.
Louise was removed. Vivienne was
We need to
quiet for
flag
a
this for
moment.
the Attorney
Why are
General
you telling me
immediately.
this?
What can you
Because
tell us about
Louise
the expanding
Okafor
investigation?
deserves to have
Is
her
it true the
complaint
DA is
validated,
issuing new subpoenas
Warren
today?
said. And because
Will
you
your
are in a
client be
position to make
cooperating?
that happen as
We've
part of your
confirmed the
own
shell
proceedings,
corporations. The
he
money trail
paused.
leads directly
Your
to the
father would
developers.
have known what to do with this.
All right, let's move with the
I think
headline.
you
This
do
is the
too.
biggest scoop of the
She did.
year.
The following
Breaking
morning,
news.
she
We are
called
getting
Margot.
word that a major
There's a witness,
financial
she
fraud
said.
has
Her
been
name is
uncovered
Louise
by the
Okafor.
Associated Press.
Find her.
The
Because she
situation
has
at
been
Marsh
sitting on the
Development
truth
is
for
critical.
18 months,
We are
and it
demanding
is
an
past time
emergency
someone
meeting
listened to her.
immediately. We
The
will not
story
tolerate
broke
these
in
continued
March.
losses.
Not through a gossip account, not through a real estate industry newsletter. It broke through the Associated Press.
I'm listening.
In a carefully sourced piece about
That's
the
a
New York
reasonable
State
offer.
Attorney General's
Consider it
formal
accepted.
investigation into
We're
3
done.
Manhattan residential development
I'm so
firms,
sorry.
of which Marsh Development
I
was
know
the
this is
largest
late.
and most prominent. The
I
piece
really wish
named
things could be
Petra
different.
Solano, by title
They are
only,
taking
a
everything.
senior communications executive,
Are the
and
lawyers
did
here
not
yet?
name Declan
Not yet.
directly in the fraud allegations.
Just act normal.
But it described the nature of the
Marsh,
reported
do you have a
irregularities
statement?
in enough detail that
What
anyone
happened?
who had followed Manhattan real estate understood
Marsh,
immediately
look at me.
what was implied.
Deactivate
By noon,
account. Are
Marsh
you sure?
Development's investor
Yes,
group
I'm
had
sure.
requested an emergency
Confirmation
board call.
sent.
By
Profile
2 o'clock,
deactivated.
Declan's lead attorney had
No.
called Margot Reeves to discuss
Oh my
the
God, not
possibility
again.
of a settlement
This
framework.
can't be happening.
By 4,
Why is it
Declan
still going
himself
down?
called
They want
Vivienne's
full
phone.
cooperation.
She let
I
it go
know,
to
but I
voicemail.
have leverage.
She was at her
Not
drafting
enough.
table in
You
the
need to
Tribeca
agree.
loft, working on the
Then let's
Community
do
Arts
it.
Center plans.
I have
The
dedicated
Graham
countless
Foundation
hours
had
to ensuring
responded
these audits
formally,
are flawless.
in writing,
My
on
integrity
letterhead,
is
expressing
not up for
significant
questioning.
interest in the project and inviting a full proposal for development
I
funding.
have reviewed all the
She was
documents,
deep in the structural
and it's
collaboration
clear the
notes
company
she and
knew
Nate
about
had
the
been
risks.
building together over 4 weeks.
I have the records.
She listened to Declan's voicemail at 5:30. He sounded tired. More than tired,
You may approach
he
the
sounded
stand,
like
Mr.
someone
Thompson.
who had been
The
arguing
reporting
with himself
structures were
and
manipulated to
finally
bury the
lost.
findings.
You're certain of
Viv,
this?
Yes,
I
look at
know
the
I
internal
don't have the
reports.
right
It's all
to
right
ask you
here.
anything.
We see it.
I
They
just
knew it
wanted
was
to
happening.
say that I know what
Petra's
happened.
strategic
All
positioning
of it.
within Marsh
I know
Development
what
was
she was
specifically
doing,
designed
and I
to
know
leverage
that
the
I chose
existing
not to see
infrastructure,
things I should have seen.
optimizing the logistical flow
About
across.
I saw the documents
about
myself,
us,
and they prove everything
about
we've
what
been
I was
saying.
throwing away.
This evidence clearly
She stood in her
demonstrates a
kitchen listening
pattern
to
of
it.
negligence by the
He said,
defendants.
"I'm not asking
The
you to
Marsh
forgive
Development
me.
investigation
I just
continues
wanted you
to
know
widen,
that I
impacting
understand
several
now
key
what I
Manhattan
did
properties.
and what it
Indeed,
cost."
sources say the forensic
She
audit
deleted
has
the
The
voicemail.
Dow Jones has hit an all-time
Not
low.
in
Analysts
anger,
are predicting a global
in
market
clarity.
correction.
An
We're
apology
facing
delivered via
unprecedented
voicemail,
economic uncertainty.
19 years too late, from a man who had planned his exit for 14 months, was not something she was required to carry. She poured her coffee. She went back to the drafting table. For the first time since the divorce papers arrived on that Tuesday, something settled in her chest. Not because of his voicemail, because she realized, sitting at her own table, in her own loft, with her own work in front of her, that she no longer
Welcome back.
needed
Your
him
work
to
is
understand what
transformative.
he
Thank
had
you
lost.
all. This is the Graham Foundation
already knew
proposal.
what
It's
she had
breathtaking. The
found.
curvature is stunning.
It did
How
not
will you
happen
manage
all
the
at
zoning?
once. It
Regarding the
happened way a
investigation, I
structure
deeply
fails
regret my
when
skepticism.
engineering is
It
wrong,
was unfounded,
gradually,
and I
then
apologize
suddenly,
sincerely for the
then
doubt I
completely.
cast upon you.
Petra Solano
always remember
was
that
formally
case.
placed on
Yeah.
administrative leave from
Me
Marsh
too.
Development on a Thursday.
But it's time to go back.
The company's statement was
to
one
Chicago.
sentence. In light of ongoing regulatory inquiries, Ms. Solano's role is under internal review. By By Friday, her professional LinkedIn profile had been deactivated. By Monday, The attorney she retained had filed a conflict of interest motion in 3 separate proceedings. She did not succeed in buying much time. Louise Okafor gave a deposition in the second week
Experience
of March.
unparalleled
Roz sat in
luxury
the room
at
with
the
Margot.
new Marsh development,
Louise was 38,
redefining the
precise,
Manhattan
composed.
skyline.
She had kept her own records. Numbers, dates, instructions. She had everything. The deposition
Lower
lasted
it slowly
4
now,
hours.
easy.
Gil Beaumont gave his testimony.
Setting
2
the
days
beam.
later. Deanna Park
All right, perfect
gave
placement.
hers the following week. 3 independent accounts from 3 different positions inside the company, describing the same pattern across overlapping time periods.
And with that,
The
we
criminal
break
referral
ground
to
on the
federal
future of our
authorities came on
community.
a Friday
Thank
in late
M-Pesa.
March.
Thank you all for coming.
Petra Solano was named. Within hours, her name was attached to the story in ways no PR management could reach. Her Instagram account, which had 14,000 followers and featured gallery openings of top dinners and a very specific kind of aspirational Manhattan life, went private at 9 p.m. that
With
evening.
these shovels,
By
we
morning,
aren't just moving dirt,
followers had
we are
begun
laying the
leaving
foundation for
In
hope
the legal
and
proceedings,
progress in our
her
community.
attorney negotiated for a period of cooperation with federal investigators, the kind of cooperation
We are seeking
that
full
typically
custody
involves
and the immediate
providing
freeze of
information
all
about
joint
other
accounts.
parties in exchange for
Well, here's to
consideration
breaking
in
ground
one's own
and
case.
building something beautiful.
Those who
I'll
heard
certainly
things
drink to
from
that.
people
It's going to
who
be
heard things
spectacular.
told Vivienne over coffee one Saturday morning. She gave them names above her. People who knew. People who benefited. They claimed Vivienne Anderson.
I think if we
Roz
adjust
wrapped
the
both
load-bearing
hands
beams
around
here,
her mug.
Yes, that's exactly
Not
what I was
just
thinking.
Declan.
It will add the
There
stability
were
we need.
investors.
excellent. We'll proceed with that.
There were
Perfect.
board members.
The crane is moving the
There
main
were
beam
people
now.
who had attended the same
It's gonna be
fundraisers
stunning.
and galas that Vivienne had attended
Our
for 19
neighborhood
years,
really needed this place.
smiling and drinking champagne and believing they were untouchable. They were about to find out otherwise. The Urban Architecture Council's annual gala was held in April at the Ritz-Carlton on Central Park South. Vivienne had attended every year for 7 years as a board member.
The
Last year, she had
restructure is
gone with
underway.
Declan.
We've laid
This
the
year,
groundwork,
she arrived
sir.
with Nate Ellison.
Good.
Which was not
Move
the same
forward
as
with
going
caution.
with him, but was close enough that several people in the room did a visible double take. She wore a dress she had bought herself, deep navy, clean lines, the kind of thing that did not ask anything of the room but was impossible to overlook. Her hair was down, which she rarely did. Nate wore a dark suit and the particular expression of someone who was quietly proud to be where he was and not interested in performing. By the time they reached the reception area, 3 people had stopped Vivienne to ask about the Graham Foundation proposal. Word had moved quickly in the architecture community, as it always did. 2 former colleagues told her, with directness that surprised her, that they were glad she was back.
Make sure the
A
whistleblower
young
angle is
architect she had
prominent.
mentored briefly
It's
at
live
Alden
across
Group
all platforms,
found her
boss.
near the bar
The
and
network is
said,
already covering
"For
it."
what it's worth, nobody in this room
You
believed
did
that
it.
misappropriation story
We knew
for a
you
second.
would. Congratulations,
thanked her.
Queen. Thank
She
you.
meant
Thank
it.
you so much.
Declan was not there. He had quietly withdrawn his honorary donor status in March before the AP story ran, which suggested his attorneys had seen it coming.
Check out this
Margot
render.
had finalized the
The
settlement terms
detail
that
is
week.
insane.
Vivienne received
And this
her
model
equity
feels
stake
so
in
solid.
4 of the 7
Welcome
residential
everyone to the
projects she
grand
had
opening of the
contributed
new
to,
Community
documented,
Arts Center.
signed,
We are so
irrefutable.
thrilled to finally open
The
these doors.
misappropriation
Isn't this
complaint
wonderful?
had
Look at
been
the light in
formally
here.
retracted.
If we adjust the
Her
cantilever
consulting
here,
contract
we can
had been
improve the structural
reinstated
integrity
with
without
a written
compromising the
apology
aesthetic.
from Alderman
So we should
Group's
minimize the
leadership.
overhang on the
She
south
stood
side.
near the tall windows looking out over Central Park, the skyline lit against the April dark, and held a glass of wine she was barely drinking. She felt
I hadn't
something
seen this
she
edition.
had not felt in years. Fully, completely
interesting.
herself. Nate appeared beside her. They looked at the skyline together for a moment. "How are you doing?" he asked. "I'm good," she said, and she meant that too. He looked at her directly, the way he always did. "I'd like to take you to dinner," he said. "Not a working dinner, not files on the table, just dinner." She looked at him for a moment. Then she said yes. Easy,
The court will
without
not
the
look
weight of
favorably
all
on
the
these
years she
headlines,
had
Mr.
spent
Davis.
making herself
We demand
small for
full
someone
custody
else.
and 50%
It
of the
felt like
marital
best kind
assets.
of architecture.
Together,
foundation,
we can build a future
newly
where every
laid,
door is open
something
and
built to
every
last.
home tells a story
The
of
federal
inclusion.
investigation into Marsh Development's investor reporting practices concluded 14 months after the referral. Petra Solano entered a plea agreement in November. She cooperated extensively with federal
This is the
investigators,
feeling
which reduced her
we've
exposure,
waited
but did not
for.
eliminate it.
To
together
She
now.
was
I'm
sentenced
so glad
to
we're
22
here.
months of supervised release and ordered to
Me
pay
too.
restitution to investors who had been materially misled. Her name would appear in the public court record for the rest of her professional life. The curated Manhattan
What do you think
career,
of the new
the
design?
rooftop dinners, the carefully constructed
It's interesting,
persona, none of
but
it survived
maybe the
contact with
lines
federal
should be cleaner.
documentation. She had been very good at what she did. She had simply, eventually, been caught by people who were better.
I love what
Declan
they've done
Marsh
with the
was
garden
not
this
charged
season.
with
It's
fraud.
Yes, it
His
really
cooperation
complements
with
the exhibit
investigation,
inside.
which had begun the day after he confronted Petra in the conference room, had been early enough and thorough enough to fall within the range of mitigating factors. He was not absolved. He was not
I understand
celebrated.
completely.
His
Yes, they
company,
need to know we have the evidence to
restructured
back it
under
up.
a new
Absolutely.
management group,
Secure the data now.
continued
Good.
operating at a
Send me the
fraction of
coordinates.
its former prominence. He sold the Park Avenue apartment in the fall. He did not reach out to Vivienne again after the voicemail she had deleted.
Welcome to the
Louise
Meridian Club, sir.
Okafor was
Thank you.
publicly named in the
We have a
AG's
reservation
official
under
report
Smith.
as the whistleblower whose original complaint had initiated the inquiry. The legal community mentioned her name in write-ups about internal disclosure protections. She found a new position with a real estate accounting
This just
firm
dropped.
in Queens.
It's
within
everywhere.
2 months of the report's release.
Darling, you simply must
Ross
see
Tate
this.
returned to Chicago in May after spending the better part of 5
Marsh
months
Development.
on the
These
most
equity
complex
transfers,
financial
they don't
case
add
she had
up.
handled in a
Check
decade.
account 47
She
Alpha.
told Vivienne
There
on the
it
phone,
is, right
"This
here,
is
the
why
hidden
I
account.
became a forensic accountant.
Floor 42.
The numbers always tell the truth. Eventually,
Penthouse.
the Alderman Group offered Vivienne a partnership
Of course,
position
miss.
in April.
I
6
didn't want
months
this
ahead
for
of when
us.
she
It
had
just
expected
happened.
any such conversation.
I know.
She
I miss
considered
you
it for
too.
2 weeks and then declined
We'll find a
kindly,
way.
specifically with a letter that cited a prior commitment that had recently clarified. The prior commitment was the Graham Foundation grant, which came through on a Thursday in May. Full funding, formal letter, her name on the project documentation as lead architect for the Community Arts Center.
I found
She had
it.
been sketching in
It was in the
fragments for 12
transcript
years
all
and
along.
was now finally building.
I am pleased to
The
present the
groundbreaking was
5-year
held on a
projections for
Saturday
Garland
in late
Vance.
September
We
in the South
anticipate
Bronx,
remarkable
on a
growth
lot
and
that had been
unparalleled
vacant
returns.
for 11 years.
The energy
The
of
morning
this
came
city
in cool and bright,
fuels
the
everything.
way New York mornings did in September. The kind of light
I
that
wouldn't
was
have it
generous
any
with
other way.
everything it touched. Vivienne wore a coat she had bought herself and boots that were practical, and a scarf the color of the blueprints she had loved since she was 23 years old, and standing in a studio at Columbia thinking, this is exactly what I am supposed to do. Roz flew in from
I have the
Chicago.
documents, but there wasn't
She
enough
stood
time to
in the
copy
small
them.
crowd of project stakeholders and community members and foundation representatives.
The reports
and
show these
cried
numbers were
openly,
altered starting
which she had
2
told
quarters
Vivienne
ago.
she was going
And
to
who
do.
exactly authorized
So this
this?
was not a surprise.
Eleanor, please, let him
Nate
finish.
was there.
This is everything.
He had been there
Let's see it.
for most of it, actually. The dinners that became regular, the evenings at the drafting table that became collaborative. The morning he had shown up at the loft with a structural problem he had been thinking about on his commute, not because she
I
needed
overheard
his
them
help,
discussing
but because
liabilities,
they had become the kind of
not
people who
assets.
thought through problems
Liabilities.
better together.
They were
He
talking
had
about
asked her
removing me from the
3
company
months
structure.
earlier, with
The
no
evidence
fanfare,
overwhelmingly
whether she
suggests a
wanted to make things
coordinated
official,
federal
his
conspiracy
word,
and
slightly
multiple counts
awkward,
of securities
which
fraud.
she found more meaningful
We have them.
than if he had been smooth about it. They were at the kitchen island in the Tribeca loft. She had been eating cereal. She had said yes. He had kissed her. She had laughed.
I think this is
Now
the
he
perfect
stood
spot,
beside
Grandma.
her at the groundbreaking and handed her the ceremonial shovel, and she held it and looked out at the lot that would become, in 14 months, a 3-story structure with a light-filled main
Okay,
hall,
Graham
and a youth
Foundation.
design
The sketches
studio,
are attached.
and a
Just
rooftop
send it.
garden that she had first drawn at 32
please
years
work.
old on the back of an envelope because she had been
Oh.
afraid to give it a
Oh,
real
wow, they want a
page.
formal proposal.
She put the
This
shovel
is
in the
incredible.
earth. The small crowd made the sounds crowds made.
The motion to compel
She looked
discovery
up
is
at the
officially
sky
filed.
And she thought, this is what survival looks
What's
like
next?
when you do not let
Restraining
it make you
orders,
smaller.
simultaneously.
When you strip it back to the
Every wire
foundation
transfer
and build
traced.
from what is real.
Since
She thought of
2021.
the Park Avenue apartment, the Marble Island.
We've got him.
The Tuesday, the
Discovery
divorce papers
audit
arrived.
notice.
And
This is
she was
it.
grateful for all of it. Not for what Declan
They
had
found
done.
everything.
She was not required to be grateful for that, but for what it had forced her to find.
Don't talk to
work.
anyone without me in the room.
The loft, the lamp,
You shouldn't have done
Roz.
this.
Nate, the community center that was finally, irrevocably
I believe I had no
going
choice.
to exist.
I can't
Nate
believe you
put his
did
hand
this.
in hers. She held it.
I did what I had
The
to.
September light
You wouldn't
came through
understand.
everything.
I
like it
understand
always did
everything.
in the city, sideways.
I know exactly
generous,
what you're doing.
and without apology.
This is all strategic.
She was 44 years old.
You're
and
only
she was
proving
just
my
beginning.
point.
And somewhere across the city,
I told you,
in a life
Marsh
he had made
development was
smaller
always
by
just
the
the
choices
asset.
he could not take
No,
back.
I don't
Declan Marsh
understand.
was
Everything
watching
we
his building
had
go up
Was
on
a
the
means
news,
to an end.
a new development. His
I had to
company's
do
name
it.
still on it, and feeling nothing he could
There was
put
no
a
other
name
way.
to. The kind of empty that does not announce itself. That
I think
just
I
sits
found
there,
it.
permanent.
The
and
link we
quiet,
needed.
in the space where something real used to be. And just like that, the story is over. But hey, if you're still here with us right now,
I have the information
that
you
tells me
requested.
something.
We're ready.
Something in this story touched you. Maybe it was
After all
Vivienne's
these
silence.
years, it's finally
Maybe it
time
was
to
the way
reveal
she
the
kept
truth.
going even when everything was being taken from her.
The audit
Or
report for
maybe
Marsh
it was
Development
just the
reveals
feeling
significant
that
financial
you've seen something
discrepancies.
like this
There has been
before in
immense
your
pressure
own
to
life
ignore these
or
findings,
in
but I
someone you
must
love.
report them accurately.
Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength."
This
Vivienne didn't
spreadsheet
fight
confirms
back
the
with
transfer
anger.
to Marsh
She
Development.
fought back with patience.
We need
with
to flag this for the
documentation,
Attorney General
with dignity.
immediately.
And
What
that
can you
is the
tell
most
us about the
powerful
expanding
revenge there
investigation?
is.
Is it
Not
true the
destroying
DA is
person
issuing
who
new
hurt
subpoenas
you,
today?
but becoming so
Will your
rooted
client
in
be
who you truly
cooperating?
are
We've
that their
confirmed the Shell
damage simply
Corporation.
cannot
The money
reach you
trail leads
anymore.
directly to the developers.
The world will try to rewrite
All right,
your
let's move
story.
with the headline. This is the
Your
biggest
job
scoop
is
of the
to
year.
keep the original copy
Breaking
safe.
news. We are
If this
getting
story
word
meant
that a
something to you
major
today,
financial
do
fraud
something small
has
for
been
someone who needs to
uncovered
hear
by
it,
the
share it,
Associated
hit
Press.
that like button.
The situation at
And if you
Marsh
want more
Development
stories
is
like this
critical.
one,
We are
subscribe
demanding an
and
emergency
stay with
meeting
us.
immediately.
We'll be
We will
here
not tolerate these
every
continued losses.
single time. This story is a work of fiction created entirely for entertainment and storytelling purposes. The characters, names,
I'm
events,
listening.
organizations, and
That's a
situations
reasonable offer. Consider it
depicted,
accepted.
including Vivienne
We're done.
Caldwell, Declan
I'm so
Marsh,
sorry.
Petra
I
Solano,
know this is late.
and all others are completely
really wish
fictional
things could be different.
and do not represent any real
They
individuals,
are taking everything.
living or deceased, or any real
Are the lawyers
companies
here
or
yet?
legal proceedings.
Not yet.
Just
any
act normal.
resemblance to actual persons or events
Marsh, do you
is
have a
purely
statement?
coincidental. The themes explored in this story, including divorce,
Marsh,
financial betrayal,
look at me.
professional rebuilding,
Deactivate
and
account.
emotional
Are
recovery,
you sure?
are handled
Yes,
with the
I'm sure.
intention of inspiring
Confirmation
reflection,
sent. Profile
empathy,
deactivated.
and healing. This content is not
No.
intended to represent factual
Oh my God, not
reporting
again.
or legal advice.
This
of
can't be
any kind.
happening.
All creative
Why is it
decisions
still
were
going
made to
down?
explore
They want
universal
full
human
cooperation.
experiences
I
in a
know, but I have
dramatic and
leverage.
meaningful way.
Not enough.
We are
You
deeply
need to
grateful
agree.
for your time and your
Then
trust
let's
in
do it.
watching with an
I
open
have
heart.
dedicated countless
Thank you
hours
for
to
being part of
ensuring
this
these
community.
audits are flawless.